The Second Skins project is part of Reframe, which is an EU-funded program in which designers and artists are linked to a team of technologists and scientists throughout whole of Europe. So when we look at the field of wearable technology, we see a lot of development within healthcare, sports and safety. These are the biggest sectors and they are all centered around performance enhancement, which is of course super interesting and valuable. But when we talk about fashion tech, fashion technology, I think there's a huge element lacking, and that is what fashion brings to the table. In that sense, we are talking about aesthetics, about expression of identity and personality. So I think when we talk about fashion technology, it is important to combine these elements together with the performance enhancement. So within Reframe, to be actually able to work together with these state-of-the-art labs throughout of Europe, it is amazing that we can actually elevate our ideas and concepts and come up with something that hopefully actually can make an impact. So the main objective of this project is that we want to develop a wearable that adapts to how much you want to stand out or be less noticeable. This is one of the key factors on which we base our decisions on when we get dressed. So the inspiration for this project actually was born during the morning, because in the morning we have to select an outfit that has to suit us and provide us throughout the whole day without knowing what kind of situations we will encounter, especially not only regarding temperature and humidity changes, but also in social environments. During our project, we actually came up with two different concepts. The first objective was that we wanted to make garments adaptive by making them move on their own. So in that sense, integrating artificial textile muscles and using soft actuators. But the problem was that we actually didn't really have the expertise within the current team that we worked with. But the second concept, using light as a material, was actually the thing that we were able to visualize. So together with Fraunhofer IZM, we integrated LEDs into the undergarment to make sure that we could adapt and change the light patterns, colors, and make that as wearable and user-friendly as possible. When we talk about sustainability, we often zoom into the material and ground sources that we use for this, which is of course super valid, but eventually we also need to address the elephant in the room, and that is how we treat and actually handle our products and garments. So in that sense, I decided to zoom into a different part of the value chain when it comes to sustainability. We came up with a modular design approach in which we enable the wearer to select different top layers, different mask layers, which can also be the starting point for new business models. During our research, we actually organized a user test event with a lot of different people all over the world to collect first-hand intel and reactions on our concepts. We found that women find it very important to not only be able to change and adapt the light patterns and colors with an app, for example, but also have this emergency button. We use a sensor that reacts to a touch or a tap that can actually activate or deactivate the garment, but can also change and adapt the light patterns and colors that are pre-programmed. We truly think in the future our wardrobes will be way smaller. Imagine if you were able, as a wearer, to change the color, structure, patterns of your garments without the constant need for new items, but rather changing the content. This is developing a longer-term relation with our wardrobe and with our garments. By making it adaptive to your needs, it can trigger the interest for a way longer time span, but can also really enhance the value we feel towards our wardrobe. I think we can really grow and build on that relation that we feel towards our garments. It's no longer a throwaway item, but it can actually emphasize and care for you in the future.